Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Stacy Elliott and I'm here talking about that low carb, high fat lifestyle. Today, we're gonna get to talk about the whoosh effect. Have you ever heard of the whoosh effect or know what that is? Plus, I get to use these really fun balloons. Stay tuned. So if you are new to a low carb, high fat lifestyle or what I call keto-ish, then you may be new to the whoosh effect and you may have heard that term thrown around. And so today I want to kind of talk to you about what it means and how it can be involved in the process of losing weight, losing fat, changing your body composition with the keto diet. Okay, so I brought this balloon with me to do a little demonstration to explain. So we are gonna pump up this balloon and then I'm gonna talk to you about what this balloon represents. Okay, this balloon, this is your fat cell. Okay, we all have them, all of us have them in our bodies. And when you go on a keto-ish lifestyle or get into what's called ketosis, you start burning fat, which is super exciting because that's why I stay in ketosis, is so that I can burn some fat. And instead of having all these fat cells, you are gonna start losing fat from these cells because when you're in ketosis, you become a fat burner and you're actually breaking down these cells, this fat, to use as energy instead of all of the garbage or glucose that we have used in our diet. So as this fat is draining out of your cells, let's do it. Let's see if we can make a fun noise. As the fat is draining out of your cells, you are still going to have a cell. And I'll tell you what happens. This cell will not just release. It wants to keep its shape. Why is that? It's because for years, we've had that fat cell. And so when you start eating keto and start losing that fat, your body says, well, she's only been doing this like a few days. That fat will come back. She'll start eating all that garbage again and I'll start having to store this fat again in the cell. So I better keep my shape so that when she's ready to fill it back with fat, I'll be here waiting for her. And so what happens is when you start losing the fat, it doesn't just collapse. That cell does not just collapse. It actually fills back up with water. And this is then what you end up with, right? So even people that are very new to the ketogenic diet are like, oh, it feels a little squishy there. And this is why your cells are now filled with water. So the cool part is that this water is just a placeholder to hold this cell. But eventually your body realizes that you're not bringing back all of this fat. You don't need to store this fat anymore. And it can finally tell your body, I'm ready to collapse this cell and let go of it. Your body has finally gotten the message that you are done storing fat in that cell. And so it just whooshes. Can you hear that? It whooshes right out of your system. And that's why they call it the whoosh effect, because these fat cells are gonna. So now your cells are starting to collapse. And what happens is instead of those round cells that you had all over your body, they are now collapsing like this. And so that's how your body composition really starts to change and really gets exciting because once you whoosh, you drop weight almost instantly. And here's the thing, guys, when we all have fat cells, right? We can't actually lose them. But what we can do is collapse them so that they are now thin instead of fat. And the crazy thing is that as we have fat, we can actually multiply those cells. So that's how people can gain fat, but you can never lose it again. And so it's really, really important that you realize that on this lifestyle that you're gonna be able to deflate those fat cells, but not only that, you will then not be able to build more because you're not adding that extra carb and sugar into your body to be stored as fat for later. So one other super quick thing to mention before I get off of here is to let you know that this is not a one-time deal, right? So our bodies can whoosh periodically over and over and over again. And as we're telling our body, which is telling those cells that we don't need to hold that fat anymore, then it's finally gonna get the message and whoosh and flatten those cells. And that's how we really start to change our bodies. So I hope this was really helpful explaining what the whoosh effect really is and what that term means for you and for your journey. And if this was really helpful, you guys hit subscribe below. I am really excited to start coming out with more videos and talking to you more about the journey that I've had from a high carb diet to a low carb, high fat diet, and being in ketosis and all of the benefits that I've received from that. So I can't wait to see you on the next video, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Talk to you soon.